Hello everybody, welcome to Red Tool House. Today, I am not at Red Tool House. Today, I am in Pioneer, Tennessee, I believe. I don't know where I am. I've been on a plane most of the day, so I've flown all over Atlanta to Knoxville to now I'm in Eastern Tennessee. But why am I here? It has something to do with Honda and my YouTube channel. So come along if you want to see what's going on. Woo, that sun is bright. All right, so Honda has shown up here. So real quick, so if you guys have followed the channel for a while, you know I have a Pioneer that I use every day on the farm to do farm chores. I did a video as to why I got rid of my Polaris and got the Honda. It really did well. That video did well. So long story short, Honda reached out to me and other YouTubers to say, hey, come down and try out our Pioneers. We're going to spend a day taking these new Pioneers through the woods here in Eastern Tennessee, check them out, kind of run them through the paces. So I thought, yeah, why not? Sounds like a good time. So I'm just going to share a little bit of this, what we've got going on, and just see. I think it's kind of funny. We're at a trail system, so it's more of trying out the side-by-sides from a trails perspective. And I was joking with the guys. It's like, well, the trail stuff's all well and good, but let's put 800 pounds of pig feed in the back of it and take it up the mountain to see what that looks like. And because that's how I use it, of course. I don't trail ride. But we'll document as we go along. I'm solo on this one. Kelly had to stay home. So it's just me on this gig. And we've got some pretty good festivities set up. So we'll see what goes on. So that first evening, they had a meet and greet where they got us all around. Obviously, they fed us. So yeah, we definitely didn't go hungry at this event. Told us some of the features of the new Pioneer. Had them set up there where we could check them out. They're showing a lot of accessories. One thing that was kind of crazy was a super heavy-duty stereo system, which I think would be great. I think the pigs would love that, having that here on the farm.
We had a couple guys last.
All right, so the game plan, we're getting ready to hit the trail now, and what we're doing is a full day ride. And the two style of Pioneer, they have the Trail Edition and they have the Forest Edition. Forest Edition is kind of more what I would consider more of the farm edition, geared a little lower, a little bit heavier payload, that type of thing. So we're going to rotate driving those. We'll be spending all day in the woods on the trail here in Tennessee, anxious to try this out and see how these guys do.
So I was the project lead on the frame and rollover protection system on this unit.
All right, well, that's good to know. So what you're saying is don't test it, right?
Huh? Yeah. No, it'll handle anything you can throw at it.
So did you design the one on my 18 then? Have you been at the company that long?
Yep, I've been with Honda almost 10 years now.
Yeah, good deal. Well, I haven't had to test my 18 yet, thank God. It's been solid since over 3 years.
Good. I'm glad it served you well.
All right, so we have summited the mountain on our first section of the trail. It's pretty good. You can see the amount of rigs we got lined up here. This is a pretty good trail system. This is like Southern West Virginia trail system style. So it's pretty good. There's a little bit of challenge to it. We'll get some more footage. What's really cool is Honda hired some professional shooters. So we're going to have some footage that we'll be able to use in this video. And you can say, wow, Troy, your video quality is really improved. No, somebody else is shooting. is what happens when you take for granted you have a windshield on your home unit. Well, we took a break for lunch. We were able to take the trail. You can see the trail coming right down the mountain there. Hit this Mexican restaurant right along I-75. And we're swapping machines. So I was in a forest. This dirty camouflage one over there. And now I'm switching to this dirty trail model. So the trail's a little bit more for a little bit more speed, a little bit more adventure. So I'm curious to see how it handles over the forest. Really like the forest, man. I love low range. Hill assist, really cool stuff.
That's a good look. We got room here for you guys if you want.
I've been trying to make a push.
Price accessories nowadays, it's nice to know if something's junk before you plan on buying it. Get somebody else's real world feedback.
After spending the full day on the trail, another good opportunity to eat and stuff our faces. And then they did what was called the Pioneer Games, which I thought was interesting. Using this as more of a utility vehicle, I thought this was kind of funny how they did this. It was just a contest to see using the Pioneer to move some things around, load stuff, and I was teamed up with Dave from Guns and Tactics, and we lost first place by 1 second. And you know what you get for coming in second place? Absolutely nothing. And I blame the Cobalt electric chainsaw. That was an abomination that they brought that out and wanted us to cut logs with a electric chainsaw like that. I really had a good time hanging out with those guys and hanging out with Honda. It's the first press event I'd ever been to like that. It was really, really neat and learned a lot. You may see in the footage that they shot of me and I shot of me driving around that was going a little slow. And I just got to say, maybe I'm an old man, but I just can't bring myself. I know how expensive these things are. The 2022 is $20,000. And I just couldn't bring myself to running something that hard just to run it hard. I don't know, even though I knew it wasn't mine and Honda saying go for it, I just couldn't bring myself to run something just to try to tear it up. So I probably, Jared, who was riding with me from Honda, was probably bored out of his mind all day, grandpa here driving around. It's like Miss Daisy. But I want to give a shout out to the guys that I hung out with, got to know. There were 3 guys in particular. Met a bunch of people, but 3 guys in particular hung out with. Mentioned already Dave from Guns and Tactics. Really nice guy, great to meet him. Joel from Capper Outdoors, and special shout out to Joel. He's the one that provided the brain bucket for me. I didn't take one on the plane, and so he had a really nice brand new one, and I got to sweat it all up, first guy. So Joel, man, I really appreciate you letting me sweat up your helmet. And then Steven from Truck Kings, which is hilarious because he's Canadian, and he had a bit of a following there. Some of the guys were really excited to meet him, and that's the first time I had met him. But really neat meeting those guys and hanging out. I'm going to link to their channels below. But you know, it's one of these things where it just reinforces my decision to go with a Honda for the utilitarian purposes, to do farm work. You know, again, I don't take it out on trails. This thing has never been on a trail a day in its life, and I still stand behind 100% my choice to choose this and get rid of my Polaris. Some of you guys have been asking for an update video, and I've got one coming. I actually wanted to do it with a little bit of flair. I wanted to add some accessory, and I just can't figure out what accessory I want to add to this next, and kind of wrap my update video around that. But that'll be coming soon, and that way I can let you know exactly where we are. We're 3.5, almost 4 years into having the Pioneer. So just want to give you guys an update on where we are. All right, well, I appreciate everybody watching. Take care.